Welcome back to Pleasant Grove Sports Network. My name is Coleman Keel. I'm very excited to be with you today here in the Nest, home of the Wasatch Wasps, for today's coverage of the Pleasant Grove Vikings versus said Wasatch Wasps. The Vikings sophomore squad was able to sweep the Wasps earlier today. JV fell to the Wasps in a sweep, just barely. So this one is to decide today's series, as I will say more following the national anthem. As I was saying, Pleasant Grove coming into this one 8-3 after a 3-1 win over identical win over American Fork last Friday, picking up the old rivalry win. Wasatch sitting at an incredible 14-1, sweeping almost everybody they've played this season. The only blemish coming in a 3-1 loss to Bingham all the way back on the 7th. This month, looking at the statistical leaders for both sides, specifically kills per set, Wasatch is led by number 4 Billiter and at 3.4, and number 35 Sayre at 3.1. For the Vikings, it is number 14 Eli Barnes, 22 Jackson Fink at 3.5 and 3.2 respectively. It's going to be a very, very good matchup. The Vikings that I was talking to prior to this matchup and getting everything ready to play this game because of just the skill level of their opponents. Excuse me, rough time for a hiccup there. I got to remember to breathe too. I expect this to be a very, very good game. Wasatch looks to have led by, as I mentioned, number 4 Chase Belliter at 6'5". Foraker Fisher, number 13, under 6 foot, but barely. Nathan Burton, number 20, 6'4". Grant Hansen is 6'3". I don't know which players, but they have I think it's J.J. Sayre. Yeah, J.J. Sayre, number 35, is listed at 6'7". As finishing up some quick starting lineups. I don't believe there's anything noteworthy about the season. Vikings look to hand Wasatch their second loss of the year. Improved to 9-3 on the year. One matchup left until spring break. A much-needed week off for both sides. Excuse me. It's been a long day up here. As slight correction, it is apparently pronounced Siri. But with all that out of the way, I do believe we are ready for some volleyball. Quick handshake line and some final comments from coaches are all that remain. I cannot stress it enough, a fantastic matchup between the Wasps and the Vikings. Pleasant Grove going to start off with Aki Maliatoa, Tyson Thomas, as McKay hits his usual backflip. Eli Barnes, Jackson Fink, and Aiden Pryor, number 21, the freshman, whom I somehow always forget about. Quick glance at the squad for Wasatch. Number 4, Chase Billiter. Number 8, Tyler Roach. Number 11, Graydon Philatus. I should have looked at names before this. Number 17, Jacob Higginson. Number 20, Nathan Burton. Number 13, and he was announced as a starter. J.J. Sear has since checked out. As I was right on the Viking starters. Jackson Fink, Akeem Aliatoa, Boston Corrigan up front. Aiden Pryor, Eli Barnes. Behind them, Tyson Thomas set to serve and kick this one off. Thomas's first serve. Wasatch cannot get it back. Vikings take the first point. Something that, based on the J, important tonight. Who can get the first point of the sets? Second one from Thomas. Good hit, met at the net, and Maliatoa and Fink. My goodness. Don't know that I got a replay in time. Oh, I did. The replay of a beautiful block real quick. That hit well out. Vikings starting off well on the right foot. 3 small section of JV/sophomore players making a Pleasant Grove student section. I love to see it. Thomas over to Corrigan. Great hit, Boston Corrigan. As that's one thing that has caused most other teams some headache. With very hard hits. Aiden Pryor, Boston Corrigan, Eli Barnes, Jackson Fink, to name a few. Another thing that the Vikings do really well is great reaction time and body control, as already the Wasps call their first timeout, which I forgot to reset between. But Wasatch calls their first timeout. Pleasant Grove up 5-0. Vikings doing a great job turning offense to defense and playing some great offense. Wasps not exactly look unprepared, but Vikings starting off better than the Wasps. 5-0, definitely better than I expected, to say the least. But the real question is, can they keep it up? A 5-0 hot streak to start is good, but in reality, times to win, and Wasatch is very likely going to go on a small run here to cut it close. And when light tap over, as I said, right into an open spot. So that one will go to Wasatch, their first point of the night, off the hand of Graydon Philatus. I will send back number 1, Taven Wade. Sorry if I butchered that. Voice crack, my goodness. Wasatch gets their second point of the set, 7th overall. Vikings up 5-2. Graydon back at the line. Hard hit Boston Corrigan right into some waiting Wasps defenders. Off their hands and out, 6-2. Jackson Fink back at the line. Received by the Wasps. Quick set. Good job, Aki, being in the way of Siri. So that one will go off of Thomas, off of a basket, and out of Wasp point, 3-6. Slowly, more of the Wasp student section begins to fill in. Thomas over to Barnes. Good diving save by Jacob Higginson. Thomas cross court over to Barnes, sets it over. Over to Fink, light hit over from Fink. Good hit from Siri. Back to Barnes, hard hit Barnes, finds the deck finally. The Vikings ahead by 4, 7-3. Aki Aliatoa back at the serve line. Good defense, Barnes and Kidd at the net. Vikings, great job controlling JJ. I think it was just Sear. Either way, up to this point, Sear not a factor. Received by Barnes. Thomas over to Corrigan. Good hit, Corrigan. Goes out ever so slightly. Point to the Wasps. As in will come Everett Saunders for Jacob Higginson. Senior for senior, listed at libero for outside hitter. That one will go out of bounds. A great job playing discipline. In comes Liam Damer for Boston Corrigan. Damer tends to have a slow start from the serving line. I give the point to the wrong team. Tends to start off a little slow from the serving line and can pick it up and be deadly. Wasatch received by Barnes. Back to Barnes from Damer. Hard hit line. Makes it 6-9 in favor of the Vikings. Number 13, Foraker Fisher. Back to serve. Wasps going on a run. They've cut it down to 2. 7-9. Fisher. Right in front of the back line. Great control on the serve. from Fisher. Made it a 1-point game practically by himself. That one received by Fink. Damer to Thomas. So weird play from Nathan Burton going over Tyler Roach, but I guess it worked. Tied at 9 apiece. Back to Thomas, hit the top of the net and goes over. Tyson Thomas. Little bit of luck there. Plus a little bit of skill in getting it over. Serve goes into the top of the net. Ties it back up at 10. Nathan Burton back to serve. I think Barnes got it back to him. Good hit over from number 4, Chase Billiter. Put it in a perfect spot. Gives the Wasps their first lead of the night. That serve will go over the back line and forth from both sides. Aiden can put some zip on his serve. As you see there, my goodness, Aiden Pryor's good. Only a freshman. He's got 3 years ahead of him. And hard hit from the Vikings. I believe that was Damer. That was wrong. That was Fink with the kill. Serve, good hit over. Maliatoa to Damer to Maliatoa. Damer got it over. Barnes is on the ground and still got it. Jackson Fink puts it away for the Vikings. My goodness. What a crazy. Barnes fell to his knees to get it, stayed down and got it again, and then Fink put it away. So I missed what happened there. I think it went into the net. But either way, crazy play. Vikings 13, Wasps 12. Fink, light hit over. Wasps return the favor, and Pryor can't get there in time. We're tied once again. 13 apiece in what is very clearly an even matchup. Serve received by Pryor. Damer over to Thomas. Thomas has to set it over. Wasps, hard hit. Pryor's there, ready for it. That second chance is going to go out off of the Wasps hit. Great job from the Vikings. Number 17, Jacob. Didn't see who got the hit that ultimately ended up out. Great hit from number 20 of the Wasps, Nathan Burton. Pleasant Grove had a couple blockers there, but Burton was able to get it on the other side of the net. Ties it for like the 20th time. Received by Fink. Corrigan brings down the hammer. Crazy hit from Boston Corrigan. I didn't even see him. He came out of nowhere. Now Jackson Fink, all on this side, has been having issues since warm-ups. It came out of the bottom at one point. It started coming out again here. So we'll take a brief pause to fix the net and be back momentarily. With that sorted out, Jackson Fink back at the line to serve. Hard hit from Sear. Hits Aiden Pryor and goes out of for another Wasatch point. This is a very good first set, hopefully very telling of how the rest of the night is going to go. Thomas to Barnes, got blocked. Damer, Maliatoa gets it over in 2. Sear couldn't get to it. I love watching McKay on the bench. He's going crazy. Quit. And Vikings will take that one, and that looked like trouble. Sear couldn't get to it. He had spaces to put it. Maliatoa to not something seen too often. Sear looked like it got and couldn't get over the net. Great play by Eli Barnes. Sear listed at 6'7". I believe Jace Kidd is about 6'6". But Sear looks notably taller than Jason Kidd. Not Jason Kidd, Jace Kidd. Imagine if Jace Kidd played high school volleyball in Pleasant Grove, Utah. That one goes out. Points. In will come Liam Damer for Boston Corrigan. Vikings hold a 2-point lead. Received by the Wasps over. Hard hit. And it's the great defense of the Vikings that's been. With that block from Thomas, it's back up to a 3-point Vikings lead. Liam Damer at the line to serve. Hard hit from Sear. That looked like that went off. That can't have felt good. My goodness, he hits it so hard. And that one received and returned in one by Fink. Hit to 4, got tipped by Barnes. Wasps keep it alive. Fink, Damer, Kidd. Good placement from Jace Kidd. Puts the Vikings at 20. Closing in on taking the first set. Eli gets back to serve. Light hit over. Good heads up play by Damer to keep an eye on the ball. It's the only hope the Vikings have. For it, couldn't get his arm to it. Wasatch with a chance to tie it, assuming they is here. This matchup, the battle for first and 5. It's going to be a 4-hit. Wasatch down to 1, an ace away from taking the, from not taking anything, from tying it, excuse me. Damer back to Fink. Hard hit, Jackson Fink. Puts the Wasp run on a brief pause. Protects the Vikings lead for the time being. Sends Aiden Pryor back to serve. Overall, a really, really great hit from Jackson Fink. Pryor, a million miles an hour for the ace. Wasatch calling another timeout. Vikings 18-22 the score. 3 away from taking the first set. Have none remaining for the remainder of the first set, which could be very quick or it could take forever. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. Pryor almost gets another ace. Receive by the Wasp. I don't know why I said it like that. Pryor, Fink, blocked. Damer, Maliatoa. Pryor has to just hit it over. Wasps. Good hit. Thomas and Maliatoa there, but they couldn't get it down. Wasatch makes it a 2-point game once again. That serve. Back line, excuse me, hiccups are killing me right now. Vikings up 23-20. Damer for Thomas was the substitution. Not Thomas, for Corrigan, excuse me. Speaking of which, there's Boston Corrigan. Jackson Fink. Good hit from Jackson. Probably would have gone out, but Wasatch kept it alive. Good block, Maliatoa and Corrigan. Pryor, Thomas, Fink. Good hit from Jackson Fink. Puts the Vikings one away from taking the matchup. That one received by the Wasps. Get it over in 3. Thomas Fink got it sent back to him. Wasatch needs to start making a push for it right now. As do or die as you can get. 21-24, Wasp serve goes over the back line and out. Pleasant Grove will take the first set, 25-21. Already a better score than the JV game, better outcome, and a lot to look forward to going into the second set, which will happen in just about 3 minutes. Getting ready for the second set of action. Vikings taking a 1-0 lead in the first set. Staying with the Vikings. Did a great job keeping it in play and finding something to do with it. Vikings just beat them to the punch in the knot. That serve received by Pryor. Thomas Maliatoa. Oh my goodness. He almost knocked his nose off of his face. Tavian Wade, are you okay? Thomas received by the Wasps over to Jackson Fink. Jackson is starting the second the way they ended the first. A lot of back and forth. Back to serve number 11, Graydon Flatus. So that hit from Maliatoa to Flatus. Wasps alive, hit to Corrigan. Barnes need to get it over. Corrigan will do just that. Wasps cross court set. Pryor's able to get an arm in the way, and Corrigan can't get to it. Wasatch takes their lead much quicker the second time around than they were able to. Fink, Thomas, Maliatoa. Good tip over from Aki Maliatoa. Found an open spot in the Wasps defense. Took advantage of it, got the point out of it, got Jackson Fink the serve. Received by Wasatch. Hard hit from Siri. Hit right at the space around Aiden Pryor. 3-2. Pryor tried to get it to Thomas and make that 4-2. J.J. Sear making presence felt in the second quarter, wrong sport, second set. That hit from Maliatoa off the top of the net and over. Vikings cut it to 1. To try to match the height of J.J. Sear. Aki Maliatoa. Wasps hard hit from a Chase Blit. I can't talk. Beliter. So that's going to be a Vikings point. On number 20. Was it 35? Might have been on Sear. I didn't see what happened. Sear, light tap over. He tried to keep it alive. Eli Barnes tried to kick it. Ended up right in the Key's face. Always the not-so-fun accidents that make everybody chuckle. Foraker Fisher, number 13, back to serve the libero. Can't get it over. Vikings take the point. Liam Damer will come in for Boston Corrigan. To serve, Damer received by the Wasps. Good cross set. Thomas got a piece of it. Wasps keep it alive. Thomas got a piece of that one too in a much better fashion. Blocking Bellitter, getting the Vikings. So I believe Eli Barnes getting blocked on that one. Wasatch taking it now. So the Army crawl to 25 begins. Pryor, Damer, Thomas put a lot behind that one. Fink put a lot behind it too and got it got it past. 7-6 now. Eli Barnes hoping to go on some sort of a run with that first. Vikings at a small amount of padding to the lead. 6-8. Barnes, Wasps. Good hit, awkward receive from Damer. Wasatch will get the point, 7-8. Graydon Flatus, Bellator received by Pryor to Damer. Thomas with the kill. My goodness, there is a lot of hard hits. Guys like Chase Bellator and J.J. Sear for the Wasps. Guys like Tyson Thomas, Aiden Pryor, and Boston Corrigan for the Vikings. Light hit over, diving save from Damer. Thomas on top of Aiden over to Jackson. Jackson, Fink, and Akeem on hit over Damer. Pryor back set to Fink. Jackson. Hard hit. Tyler Roach couldn't keep it on the Viking side. That'll be a kill for points, and it'll send Aiden Pryor back to serve. Diving save from number 18, Grant Hansen. Went over to Tyler Roach, and ultimately a Wasp point, 10-8. Tyven Wade to serve. Damer Thomas has to set it over, trying to go for the back corner. Sear, hard of it. Neither of them could change the trajectory on that one. That was going out the entire time. Damer over to Fink. Jackson couldn't get it over the net. Wasatch ties it up. Wade with a chance to give his team the lead, their first since it was 2-1. Damer backs at Thomas. Thomas got blocked. Damer keeps it alive. Fink, hard hit from Jackson. Wasps able to return it, sneak it in on the. The following serve by the Wasps, J.J. Seary. Hit that over that. From Nathan Burton and J.J. Sear. By Barnes picking up the kill. In will come Jace Kidd. Pryor and Akeem Maliatoa will go back to the line. The key serve goes well out over the back line. Sends number 13, Foraker Fisher. Received by Fink. Thomas to Barnes. Hit on the Vikings. Get blocked. Barnes hit it into the net. Wasatch starting to run away with the second. Pryor, Thomas, Kidd. Good hit, Jace Kidd. Forrest up to Bellator. Bellator in the back corner. Wasatch 4-point lead, a 4-0 run for the Wasps. Fisher again. Received by Fink, hit over by Kidd. Light tap. Barnes to Corrigan. Hits it over to cross court Bellator. Formerly known as Aiden Pryor. 5-point lead for the Wasps, looking to tie it up at 1 apiece. Fisher, Fink, Thomas, Barnes got it blocked. Corey. They said Eli Barnes and Jace Kidd both got a piece of it on that set. I can see why they called that, but I don't think there was much there. Jace Kidd is notably taller than Barnes. Was the only one that had a piece at it. It's an awkward momentum killer from the Vikings. A weird 6-point lead from Wasatch. Coach Cowart doesn't like it. Eli said he never touched it. Not much you can do now. Foraker, Fisher. Serve returned by Boston Corrigan. Hard hit, Belliter. Pryor kept it alive. Diving save from Fisher. Belliter again, Thomas to Kidd. Jace Kidd puts temporarily pauses the Wasp run. Puts it down to 5. It's Liam Damer back to serve. Seeing number 9, Boston Corrigan. Damer looking to go on at least a 5-point run to tie it. Over to Belliter. Belliter, great kill on the cross-court set. Vikings weren't ready for it. Chase, I think it's Billiter, excuse me. Damer's gonna dump, save it. Billiter gets it over. Damer got it to Thomas. Good hit. Fink is there to keep it alive. Kidd. Barnes will set it over in 3. Fisher hit from Belliter. Wasatch 3 away from taking the second set, 15-22. Back to serve. Number 20, Nathan Burton, Fink, Damer, Barnes. Hard hit, Barnes. Way too hard, goes out. Wasatch looking 10-point set win. Damer. That one got blocked. Wasatch 1 away from tying it at 1, taking the second set. Setting us up for a very long night. This one 5. Pryor, Damer, Barnes. Over Billiter, blocked by Kidd. Wasatch keeps it alive again. Damer, Pryor keeps it alive. Fink will get it over. Fisher, back set, hard hit in. And Wasatch ties it up 1 apiece. Vikings took the first 25-21. Wasatch will take the second 25-15. We are set for a third set of action in 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Getting ready for the third set of play. Tyson Thomas back to serve for the Vikings. Much better job in the second set, getting Grant, I think it's Sear active with stuff like that, starting off the way that they finished the third. Billiter and Siri really going to be the, two biggest things to watch for. Serve from Wasatch over to Eli Barnes. That one touched by Billiter on the way out. Good hit from Eli Barnes. Kingsley Point gets himself back at the line to serve. Barnes' serve will go out of bounds. Will be the Wasatch point as the back and forths continue. Pace of play in this game basically non-existent. Malia Wasatch kept it alive but couldn't keep it in. Would have been a crazy fight instead. It is an Aki Maliatoa serve. A little bit, and that'll be a Wasatch serve. Back to serve number 8. My phone stopped working. Grant Hansen, hard hit Corrigan, goes over the back line and out. 4-2 Vikings. Ultimately comes down to issues of discipline, not hitting it as hard as you can, trying to get it over Sear. Corrigan, that one got tipped by Sear. Set Billiter, hard hit. Aiden Pryor hasn't been ready for it. As Billiter have whatever he wants in the back corner. Fink, Thomas, Jace Kidd got denied from Sear. And the almost 7-foot issue really becomes an issue. Go. Fink gets denied, not by Sear, by Nathan Burton, the senior captain. Grant Hansen helping build the Wasatch lead to 5. That one by Corrigan. Tipped Billiter, light hit over, diving save, Thomas, Pryor, Fink. Wasatch keeps it alive. Billiter, that one got blocked, kept alive by Foraker Fisher. Another Vikings won a net. Can't believe that wasn't a 4 call, as Coach Cowart is going to call a timeout. Vikings down by 6, 8-2. The no call 4 count turning into a Wasp point, 6-point lead. Vikings, good use of a timeout by Coach Cowart, temporarily stopped the Wasps' run with that Jackson Fink kill. Damer will come in for Corrigan to serve. Wasatch will get that over in one. Damer back to Thomas. Tyson couldn't get it out. Couldn't get it in. Excuse me. It'll go out. Fisher to serve for the Wasps. 6-point lead. Pryor. Fink make that a 5-point lead with the Jackson Fink kill. If I had to pick one player on the Vikings that I would like to see a little bit more out of, it most likely be Jackson. But an incredible third or fourth option. That one is gonna get dumped down by Tyler. It'll put the Wasps over double digits at 10. Serve received by Pryor from Burton. Barnes has to hit it over. Billiter winds up messing with the ceiling. Damer lucky that got over. Billiter, hard hit, goes out. Good reaction from Aiden Pryor. Keep his arms out of the way. Ends up back to serve. 5-10. Billiter over to Damer. Pryor back set Barnes. Eli Barnes gets it over. Net touch by number 4. Chase Billiter will be another Viking point. Down to 4. Still very much in this one. But this is the type of moment that you need. Aiden can't believe that. It'll go. Give Wasatch the point. Send Billiter back to serve. High serve from Billiter is going to go out. Still only a 7-point, not a 7-point game, that'd be crazy. Still only a 4-point game, excuse me. Thomas to serve. Good cross-court set. Thomas couldn't get to it in time. That one from Grant Hansen. Vikings cut it a little too close. It's up to 5 for the Wasps. Back to serve. Tyven Wade. Barnes, Thomas, Aki makes that one hit the deck. 8-12 Vikings. To see them keep it at a 4-point positive, not a 4-point negative. But we'll work on that later. First, you got to get this even tied. Good save from Barnes. Fink, light hit over. Great defense from both sides. Malia over on Sear, as it will be, and that'll be another point game. Eli Barnes to serve. That receive will go around the pole and out. Vikings cut it to 2. The energy in this one building. Eli Barnes looking to cut it to 1. Light serve over, hits the top of the net. Maliatoa sends it home, cuts it to 1. Sends Eli back to tie. Vikings have done a much better job finding a way to get it around. Sear up front. That set over, hard hit and out. I believe that was off of the hand of Nathan Burton. Vikings tie it at 12. Wasatch calls their first timeout of the set. Score out of the Wasatch timeout. Eli Barnes looking to give the Vikings the lead. 12 apiece. Hard hit from the Wasps, number 18. End of that talk for the foreseeable future. That'll be a Wasatch ace. Quickly back out to 2. The ace going to Graydon Fidus. Received by Fink. Good play from Thomas and Malia. Thomas took that one from Barnes. That'll be 3 for the Wasps. 15-12. Pryor, Thomas, Maliatoa got tipped by Sear. Wasps hard hit over Pryor. Thomas, Fink puts an end to that one. 15-13 from Jackson Fink, and now Aki Maliatoa back. Much like what we just saw with Eli Barnes. Set over Hansen. Could see what he was going for, but he was too far to do it the way that he hit it. He was trying to get it across the court. The corner nearest where Tyson Thomas is. Thomas keeps that one alive. Maliatoa, Corrigan, hard hit. Wasatch keeps it alive off the net. Maliatoa, Thomas. Fink will put it away and tie it up again. 15 apiece. Maliatoa back to serve. Great recovery from Wasatch. Maliatoa. Wasp Sear got blocked by Kidd. Jake double digits. I believe their first lead since it was 7-8. Back set. Wasps. Maliatoa awkward receive following the hit. Barnes kept it alive. Corrigan puts it away by hitting. And we're tied once again at 16 with Grant Hansen to serve. Feel like a broken record, but this is a great game if it's this close the entire time. Thomas Corrigan couldn't get it over the net. Might have also gotten blocked by Sear. Is going to come down to who can go on the longest run, the last. Good hit from Corrigan, would have been in if no one was there. Kidd gets a block on that one. Billiter, Sear has to dump it over. Whistle blows, 4-hit on the Wasp. Sear is visibly upset. He doesn't agree with it, but that will tie it up at 17. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. There it is. Liam Damer. Received by the Wasps. Billiter got tipped by Kidd. Damer, Pryor, Fink has to set it over. Sear. Set Sear, Pryor, Kidd keeps it alive. It's a great rally. Sear will put it away with that one. As J.J. Sear having what I dubbed the Tatum Nelson effect during girls volleyball, being so tall and just such a good talent that you're causing all sorts of problems for the other team because they can't hit it at you, so you'll block it, get it. So that one goes out. Looked like it might have just snuck in. Line judge has a better view of it than I do, obviously. 19-17, Fisher. Kidd, awkward hit over. Jace Thomas returned it in one. Dump over from Billiter as Vikings take their second timeout, 17-20. Trying to not give up a 2-1 lead, which would make it much easier to take another loss in this, to give Wasatch just their second. Down by 3, 20-17, third set of play. Out of the Viking timeout, Foraker Fisher back to serve. A 2-0, not 2-0, 2-1 lead. Jackson Fink trying to make sure that doesn't happen, gets the kill. It's crazy how much closer 2018 feels than 2017, even though it's 1 point. But Jackson Fink to serve. Wasps over Billiter. Damer put a hand on that one. I don't know that he needed to. Probably would have. I don't know. That was going to be close anyway. Wasatch will take that point, 21-18. That one from Fisher. Damer back set. Thomas got blocked. Be another Wasatch point. Starting to take this one. Set up in a gentleman's sweep. Off of the face of Billiter. That does not feel good. Hit that. Jace Kidd looked like he got hurt. As brief pause to check on Chase Billiter. He will decide to stay in the game. And man, I cannot imagine a Jace Kidd spike to the face feels good. As that one will go out. Excuse me, from Graydon Fidus. Doing a great job finding the gaps in the Vikings. Wasps 2 away from a 2. Damer. Barnes got blocked. Everybody is at the net for no reason. Crowding the net. Wasps seem well in hand. Billiter will hit that one under the net. A small sliver of hope for the Vikings. 20-24. Vikings need to get at least 4 here with Tyson Thomas at the line. As Aiden judgment off his forearm. That'll be 2-1 to the Wasps. 1 away. Will it happen in the 4th or 5th? I don't know. Based on the way this is going, I want it to be 5th because that's going to be a fun game. But we will find out in 3 minutes. getting ready now for the fourth and potentially final set of play. Vikings needing to find something to do about here on the front row for the Wasps, as well as, I'm forgetting his first name, but Belliter, number 4. Chase Billiter and J.J. Sear. But forget what happened in the last set. Wipe the slate clean. 0-0 our score. First serve to the Wasps. Aiden Pryor, Tyson Thomas, Jackson Fink. That is a great start for the Vikings. Get the first point of a Jackson Fink hit. It's an interesting substitution from Wasatch. They had 2 people come in for one person, and then one of them went back out. It was weird. Wasps, Sear, blocked by Malia Toa. Wasps with it, not Wasps, excuse me, Vikings with the 2-0 lead. Tyson Thomas to serve in front of the small crowd of other Vikings players. Good hit. Number 11, Flatus. In will come number 23, Everett Saunders. For Flatus, number 23. Pryor, awkward reception on the serve. Cross court set, hard hit. Eli Barnes kept it alive for a moment. Hitting as hard as I've ever seen anyone hit a volleyball. Wasatch tied it 2. Hard hit from the Vikings. It's really been the story of the night, is just hard hits. As Jackson Fink back to serve. Good hit from Sear. Pryor couldn't get out of the way. Now Wasps serving. Pryor, Thomas, Maliatoa off the hand of Sear. Well done by Aki Maliatoa. Now Jace Kidd will come back in. It looked like he did something weird to his foot, maybe ankle near the end of the third, excuse me. Seems to be okay now. Maliatoa, Corrigan, hard hit. Sear puts it back in one. A key diving save. Corrigan again. Wasps keep it alive. Billiter goes out. Vikings get the point. No tip at the net. 3, Aki to serve. Billiter back set to Sear. Tipped by Jace Kidd coming down. Court actually would have counted as 3. That one goes out. Got touched. The Vikings coaching staff doesn't agree. The official saying, I have to go by what the line judge saw on something like that. Didn't get the replay in time to see it. Fisher serve. Corrigan hits that one really hard. Billiter tried to go across the court on the kill, couldn't get it. Ends up being a Viking point. I mean, for Boston, Corrigan. Damer serve over Billiter. Hit it straight down. Jace Kidd and Tyson Thomas have no answer, especially when Billiter can just jump And they are. Burton to serve. Goes right off the top of the net. Damer, Barnes had it tipped by Billiter. Barnes tried to hit it over. Got to find a way around Billiter. It's been a bigger issue than Sear. Corrigan hard hit. Excuse me, that was Barnes. Net goes from a Viking point, or from a Wasp point to a Viking point. Barnes to serve. Wasps, hard hit. Eli Barnes kept it alive momentarily, but it went into the benches and out of play. 7-7. Billiter back to serve. Chase on the case for the Wasps. Damer to Kidd. Awkward play on the set. You can see what he was going for. All for naught. Billiter again. Pryor, Damer, Kidd couldn't get it over the net. Jace unhappy about that one. 2-point deficit now for the Vikings. Wasatch, a mix of and expected wins. The good wins showing out here. Hard hit. Damer, Pryor, Fink hits it over. Light hit over. Well timed from Hansen. Billiter again. Pryor, Barnes as forward as he can get it. Fink from the back row. Kidd got in a tip drill with Roach, and Roach beat him to it. That makes it 11-7. Billiter, Pryor, awkward. Billiter got blocked. Not Billiter, excuse me. Flightus got blocked by Fink. Billiter couldn't help him and save it. Vikings not going down without a fight. Not out of this one by any means, especially with Aiden Pryor serving like that. Flightus. It's blocked by Fink out of bounds. 12-8. Couple of substitutions for the Wasps. Sear is back on the front row with Bilitis. Looking to add to their lead even further, run away with it. Fink, that's sent back in one. Maliatoa. Fink again has to set it over. Awkward positioning. Sear and Maliatoa. JJ Sear and Chase Billiter. Issues for the Vikings. Small saving grace there from the net. Serve couldn't get over. Thomas looking to help cut this down more. Awkward play from the Wasps, ends up in a 4-hit as Flightus got a little bit of it on the way up, but not enough to hit it over. That's Sear. Pryor got there. Barnes tried to kick it to keep it alive. Doesn't end up working out for him, however. Serve from Saunders. Thomas Serve, not serve, spike from Corrigan. Yet again, another Wasatch point. 10 away from taking it, each side needing the other's total to win. Thomas, Malietoa got blocked. Good save, Corrigan. Barnes and Malietoa went under the net. Wasatch points, 6-point lead. Wasps running away with it. Vikings keeping their heads up, but have need for Sear and Bilodeau. Call a timeout, down by 6, 16-10 in the fourth set. Out of the Viking timeout, number 23, Saunders to serve. That'll definitely help. That's what they needed in the first place, 11-16. They've cut it down to Jackson Fink to serve, looking to help extend the run and not just make it a brief pause for the Wasps, as that seems to have been the story of the night. The Vikings get a small amount of momentum. Wasatch finds a way to take it back from them. 17-11. Barnes, Fink, Corrigan gets it over, but barely. Fink and Corrigan keep it over. Malietoa. Corrigan. The Vikings continue to be around Sear and make something work. 35 blocks tonight or something crazy like that. Malietoa, it's a kill there. Six-point game. Vikings holding on to this one, trying to win the battle for first in region. Sear, hard hit, falls corner. Point to Wasatch. 19-12. Not much you can say about that, just pure domination from the Wasps. Bilodeau got it. Pryor kept it alive. Barnes got touched on the out. It looked like it just soared. Vikings picking up that one, slowing it down to 6 now. Liam Damer to serve, received by Bilodeau. Back to Bilodeau. Will run along the rope. Bilodeau failing to get it over the net. Issue, it's been few and far between for the Wasps tonight. Go out, Wasatch crosses 20. Not something any Vikings fan wants to hear. 6-point deficit with the Wasps at 20. Not a formula for success. Austin Blackhurst, number 12, is in. Austin will be the difference. Vikings make it a 5-point game. Barnes back on the line. Hard hit there. Barnes had to keep it alive, but no one else was ready for it. Wasatch get another point, 21-15. That one from Billiter. Damer tried to keep it alive, goes out of bounds. 15, excuse me. Pryor, Damer, back set. Blackhurst got tipped. Kid kept it alive. Vikings not giving up yet. Jackson Fink credited with the kill there. Aiden Pryor back to serve. No matter the deficit, Aiden is going to give it everything he's got on his hits and serves. You see it there, a million miles an hour into the top of the net, gets over somehow. 22-17. It's only a 5-point game, but it feels like temperature of volleyball. Pryor tried again, won't be able to connect. It'll go 23-15 Vikings. None of what I just said was right. Wasps. Wasatch, that one goes over the net, barely. Fink picks up the kill there. 5. Tyson Thomas comes in. Blackhurst. Give me one moment while I switch the battery on our camera. That switch, that should turn back on in a second. There it is. 24-18 the score. Wasatch getting that point. Saunders comes in to hopefully, if you're Wasatch, put this one away. Vikings, very little chance left at this one. Over that was touched, and that will do it. Vikings fall to the Wasps in 4 sets, 3-1. The gentleman's sweep from the Wasps. Vikings will play next Tuesday against the Dons of Spanish Fork. They fall to 1-1 in region play, as following the Spanish Fork match, they will have a week off to not follow, but they have a week off because of spring break. And after spring break, it becomes a real grind to the end of the season, and then hopefully a deep run in the playoffs. Wasatch advances to 15-1 on the year. I don't have their schedule with me, so I do not know when they will be playing next. But I do know that anybody watching should follow Wasp Volleyball for the remainder of the season. This is a great win for them, as that will be all for me today. My name is Coleman Keel, watching PGSN.